Today, ASCO's Cancer Advance of the Year, a breakthrough therapy designation in triple-negative breast cancer, an FDA approval for CINV and a rejection in bladder cancer, and a survival benefit with blinatumomab in ALL. Welcome to Enclave News Network. I'm Gina Columbus. ASCO has named immunotherapy as its Cancer Advance of the Year, as PD-1, PD-L1 agents and other immunotherapies have shown significant promise across an array of tumor types. In melanoma, 2015 already began with 3 approvals of checkpoint inhibitors, ipilimumab, nivolumab, and pembrolizumab. By the end of the year, the FDA had expanded the approval for single-agent nivolumab to include the frontline treatment of patients with BRAF wild-type advanced melanoma. Most recently, in January 2016, the FDA expanded its frontline approval of nivolumab in melanoma again, this time as a single agent and in combination with ipilimumab to include BRAF V600 patients. In the field of non-small cell lung cancer, both nivolumab and pembrolizumab were approved in 2015 for the second-line treatment of patients across all histologies. The treatment paradigm for metastatic renal cell carcinoma also saw an FDA approval of nivolumab in 2015. In addition to approvals, atezolizumab was granted breakthrough therapy designations, chimeric antigen receptor T-cell therapies continued to advance, and promising data were submitted for the vaccine rindopepimut in glioblastoma. The FDA has approved single-dose fosaprepitant dimeglumine in combination with other antiemetic agents for the prevention of delayed chemotherapy-induced nausea and vomiting following moderately emetogenic chemotherapy. In the study that led to the approval, complete response rates were significantly improved when adding fosaprepitant to ondansetron and dexamethasone compared with ondansetron and dexamethasone alone in both the delayed and overall phases. However, no significant CR rate improvement was reported in the acute phase. In the overall phase, the rate of patients without significant nausea was also improved with fosaprepitant at 83.2% versus 77.9% with ondansetron and dexamethasone alone. In bladder cancer, the FDA rejected Telesta Therapeutics' biologics license application for the immunotherapy MCNA. In a complete response letter, the FDA informed the company that MCNA would not be approved and that an additional Phase 3 trial is needed to further evaluate the immunotherapy. During an advisory meeting held prior to the final rejection, panel members voted 18-6 against recommending an approval of MCNA for patients with high-risk non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. The company's application was based on Phase 3 findings from the Study 301 trial, in which 25% of patients treated with MCNA remained disease-free at 1 year. At 2 years, the disease-free survival rate was 19%. However, the primary endpoint of the study was a 1-year DFS rate of greater than 40%. In triple-negative breast cancer, the FDA granted a breakthrough therapy designation to the antibody-drug conjugate sacituzumab govitecan, formerly known as MU-132, for patients with triple-negative breast cancer following at least 2 prior treatments. The designation is based on data from a Phase 2 study in which the treatment induced a 31% response rate in heavily pretreated patients with metastatic disease. In the study, the median progression-free survival was 6.0 months, while the overall survival data were not yet mature, with 83% of patients still alive. A Phase 3 trial exploring the antibody is still being planned. The Phase 3 Tower study has been halted after an independent panel determined that blinatumomab improved overall survival versus chemotherapy in patients with Philadelphia chromosome-negative, relapsed or refractory B-cell precursor acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Though the FDA approved the drug in December 2014, this trial is a confirmatory study of blinatumomab's accelerated approval. Phase 2 data, on which the initial approval was based, demonstrated a complete response rate of 32.4% and a CR with partial hematological recovery rate of 9.2%. Amgen has not yet released data from the Tower study, as the findings are currently being prepared for presentation at an upcoming scientific meeting. That's all for today. Thank you for watching Enclave News Network. I'm Gina Columbus.